Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Kim Jokinen and I'm leading the AI transformation at PwC Sweden. I'm here with my colleague Xiuming and we will share some experiences and insights on how to deliver outcome and drive value with AI. We will focus on what we believe are two key enablers to do so: business model reinvention and trust. I will give an overview based on conversation with clients and our global CEO survey. And then Xiuming will be more concrete, outlining how we help clients achieve this in practice. In my role, I meet a lot of business leaders. And the overall message I'm hearing is that we need to change to be relevant. We need to transform to be competitive in the future. I recently attended a client meeting, a leadership meeting. We had a full day on AI. It was a great meeting, great conversations, opportunities, challenges, and everything in between. But at the end of the meeting, the message from the client was quite clear. We need to go from AI to ROI. But first, we need to ensure we have the foundation to scale and leverage on AI. The conclusion from the end of the meeting was not the starting point of the meeting. The starting point was all about developing new products and new services to generate new revenue. The starting point of the meeting was business reinvention. But during that day, the client realized that business reinvention requires foundation. A foundation of governance and trust in AI in order to integrate AI into their business, into their products, and into their services to really capture the full potential of the technology. The correlation between business reinvention and trust to drive growth is something I hear more and more frequent talking to my clients. And I believe many organizations out there, they have a clear view that they need to transform beyond core to stay relevant. And they also understand that they need to have a proper foundation to do so. The correlation between growth, business reinvention, and trust can also be found in our CEO survey, covering almost 5,000 CEOs globally. Here are some highlights, and what you see is a comparison between global CEOs and Swedish CEOs. As a backdrop to this, I can say that 37% of the Swedish CEOs do not believe their company will be viable beyond the next 10 years if they do not transform. The corresponding number for the global CEOs is 42%. So in essence, 4 out of 10 CEOs believe they will be out of business the next 10 years if they do not transform. That should create some sense of urgency, calling for actions to be taken today. And if we look at some actions and progress as of today, we can see that twice as many CEOs globally report higher profit and higher revenue from AI compared to the Swedish ones. And that is not a prediction or an assumption. That is actual outcome from last year. We can also see that the speed of reinvention is twice as high globally. However, only 7% of the company's revenue comes from new business, indicating they are transforming slowly beyond core. The vast majority of activities taken are very, very close to the company's DNA. For example, product enhancement of existing products using AI. More pioneering activities such as new routes to market, implementing new pricing models, or collaboration with new alliance partners to create new ecosystems are very uncommon. 50% more of the global CEOs have high trust in AI. However, the trust is still low across the CEO community, from 22% in Sweden to 33% globally. There are many reflections you can draw from this, and here's one of mine, or maybe two. Swedish companies need to pick up the pace, given they are falling behind on reinvention, trust, and revenue generation from AI. Maybe not the most profound reflection, so here's another one. Given low trust, non-pioneering activities, there should be great opportunities for companies out there to be frontrunners, reshaping their industry, if they can establish trust and at the same time truly reinvent their business. But I'm a bit hesitant that companies have a clear view and a clear focus on how and where to transform. I'm also a bit hesitant about the pace. We are not moving fast enough. So, Xiuming, I am telling a story that business reinvention and trust drives growth. But I also have some concerns regarding focus and pace. What is your take on this, and how do you help clients achieve this in practice?
Yeah. And thank you very much, Kim. It's super interesting to hear your reflections from conversations with other global business leaders. And thank you for sharing the insights from PwC Global CEO Survey. Indeed, business reinvention is not easy, and trust is not granted. So we need to do something to accomplish that. The first question that we often received, or we ask our clients to think about, is what is AI's impact on your industry? And which part of your business should be focused for business reinvention? And those are not trivial questions, of course. But in general, we do observe that the impact of AI, and especially generative AI, is across the board. Among many industries, retail, financial service, manufacturing, entertainment, and including our very own industry, professional service, are at the forefront of business reinvention with AI. So it's super critical on the industry level for business leaders to have a forward-looking strategy and constantly reimagine how tomorrow's service and market will look like, and what role AI will play in that change process. And then it is based on that forward-looking strategy, companies need to understand which part of their business will have the biggest impact, but also opportunities with AI. So for example, here's a typical value chain for a business to consumer industry. And we have done so many exercises together with our clients to map different use cases and their benefits to different parts of this value chain. And indeed, instead of asking what AI tools or systems we should buy today, we should really ask ourselves, what are the expected value that we can generate for different parts of this value chain? For example, we said that AI has been widely used to generate more personalized product, service, or marketing solution to drive the revenue growth, but also provide a better customer experience. And we have worked with our clients from manufacturing industry to develop Gen AI-powered configuration, pricing, and quotation, or CPQ solutions, in order to improve the efficiency, but also reduce the cost. And of course, customer support is probably one of those first functions to start using AI for handling business cases and client queries. And we can go on and talk about all those different AI use cases and their benefits for different parts of this value chain. But the key is really to know where to start. So Kim, as a business leader, what's your primary objective and goal when it comes to adopting and integrating AI use cases for your business?
Well, I would like to understand the business impact and the business value so I can prioritize the investments, of course, to make sure that we get a proper return on those investments.
Yes, prioritization. Indeed, that is the key. And second step of business reinvention with AI is to know how do we prioritize our AI initiative to maximize that ROI from AI. But how do we do that? Well, the prioritization is very much based on a good understanding of both the business value associated with different AI use cases, but also the effort required to develop, adopt, and maintain all those AI use cases. And we have so many different metrics, both financial and non-financial, to quantify business value from AI use cases. For example, it could be revenue uplift or better customer experience from the AI-powered product and service. It could also be the reduced cost or reduced emission from an AI-optimized supply chain. It could also be the improved efficiency and enhanced time saved in business operation, for example, processing documents, contracts, and so on. So it is based on your business plan and strategic objectives. We need to select those metrics. How do we quantify business value for AI use cases, and how do we prioritize them? And the second dimension of prioritization for AI use case is to understand the complexity of each AI use cases. And again, the complexity contains many different factors, such as the investment required, or technology feasibility, or risk and compliance requirement. It could also be the skills and talents that you need to develop and maintain those use cases. But most importantly, it's about the culture and the willingness to drive the change with AI in your organization. So after we have a clear view of both the business value and the complexity of these AI use cases, then we can pinpoint them on this two-dimensional space. Where we really want to start is those AI use cases with both high value but also high ease of adoption, or low complexity, in other words. Sounds super simple, right? Well, the real challenge is that for every organization, companies, we always have a different business strategy and a very different capability model. And therefore, a use case's value and complexity for one company organization does not translate to the same for another. And therefore, it is super important for us to prioritize what's feasible and relevant for your business and your organization. That being said, we must share our learnings and inspirations, and that's why we're all here today. So we look forward to continue this discussion with you at our PwC booth and to discuss what are the golden use cases for your industry and how can we come up with a prioritization roadmap for them. All right. Finally, now we have a clear and forward-looking AI strategy, but also a list of prioritized AI use cases. So let's start to leverage the latest AI technology to reinvent our business and also the future of work. And you might have heard that people saying the year of 2025 is the year of AI agent. Indeed, we do believe that the next forefront or frontier of AI is about adopting and integrating AI agents to your daily work and business process. And Kim, do you want to share some exciting news about how PwC and Microsoft is collaborating in this area?
Of course. We are super happy to announce that PwC and Microsoft have recently formed a global strategic partnership to transform industries with AI agents. Because we believe that the future of work is using AI agents to amplify human intelligence, creativity, and productivity.
Thank you. That sounds super exciting. And indeed, AI agents are those autonomous AI systems which are powered by foundational models and is capable of self-planning, reasoning, and most importantly, using different tools to perform actions. And you can even compose or organize a team of AI agents to automate part of your business or solve complex problems. And in our collaboration with Microsoft, we had delivered many tangible and customized solutions for our clients and ourselves. To start with ourselves as example, PwC has rolled out Chat PwC globally, which is PwC's internal AI assistant solution for all the employees to amplify their productivity, but also the quality of their work. And Chat PwC is running within PwC's secure and next-generation cloud, which applies strict data protection rules, but also integrate with the latest AI models from different vendors. And for our clients, we have built different agentic solutions based on different tools. For example, using Microsoft Copilot Studios, or in some cases, for more customized and complex solutions, we use AI Foundry in Azure AI Cloud to build those applications, for example, as a web app. Just take a few examples. We have built data analytics agents to empower end business users to understand the insights from the data without knowing SQL or Python skills. We have built deep search agents to assist, for example, Chief Compliance Officer to monitor certain legal legislation activities across the globe on certain topics, for example, sustainability, cybersecurity, and others. And those agentic solutions have been now integrated into ourselves and our client business process and has been used on a daily basis. So all those sound super promising and exciting. But we often hear people saying that, well, I don't really trust AI, and therefore never dare to deploy those AI solutions or AI agents in my business process or in critical decision-making process. And indeed, our CEO survey shows that up to 78% of Swedish CEOs distrust AI on different levels. So Kane, what's your reflections on this important area?
Well, my reflection is, like we said, there's only 22% high trust in AI for Swedish CEOs. And given market research indicates, how I understand it anyway, that this is the year when organizations will implement large-scale AI transformation programs. And if that is true, I think there's a risk that Swedish companies will fall even more behind, given I assume you will not implement an enterprise-wide AI transformation program if you do not have trust in AI. So without trust, AI will not fly.
Yes, without trust, AI will not fly. So how can we build that trust? And how can we accelerate AI innovation while managing risk and building trust? Well, at PwC, we apply human-led and tech-powered approach when it comes to AI. And actually, PwC is one of those pioneers in creating and applying responsible AI framework since 2016, long before the birth of ChatGPT. And we often observe that a lot of companies are starting to publish their internal AI governance policies or set up AI governance frameworks, which are really good first steps and necessary steps towards to building trust. However, there are two challenges that we observed in those activities. And first, we see that the AI policy or AI governance policy does not always translate to actions in business operation. And therefore, there's a gap between the words in the policy and the real actions in business operation. And the second, we see that sometimes if you take a risk-driven approach, and that will lead to a very conservative ways of working, which does not support your growth agenda and also your AI innovation goals. So how can we do that? Well, at PwC, we propose a holistic approach with these 4 different levels. On the basic level, of course, all companies need to comply with both general and sector-specific rules. And I believe that here everyone has already heard about the EU AI Act. But actually, for many Swedish companies which operates globally, we also need to keep an eye on those local markets legal legislation efforts for AI and data. And actually, we are facing a very complex and ever-changing global legal landscape when it comes to data and AI. And also, for companies come from sectors such as healthcare or financial service, we also need to comply sector-specific regulations. On top of compliance, we need to understand and manage AI's business risk. And those risks typically include data protection, cybersecurity, privacy, brand reputation, and many others. So it's super important for us to understand what kind of risks are associated with different types of use cases and how do we efficiently and effectively mitigate them. On third level, based on the risk and compliance management, let's build both internal and external trust on our AI applications and usages. And the trust is really built based on transparent communication, clear roles and responsibility, and also effective ways of managing risks. And finally, we're not just preventing risks, and also trying to striving to create positive impact from AI. Ultimately, the purpose of using AI should be aligned with our brand value, sustainability goals, and your corporate social responsibility. And here, we give 3 pragmatic examples of how you can start to practice responsible AI and building trust today. Let's start by adding AI literacy training to your company's training platform if you haven't done that. And AI literacy training is not just for a few experts, but for all employees to understand how they should interact and use different AI tools in their daily work. And having a good AI literacy training is such an effective way to upskill your workforce to understand some basic concepts such as what is AI hallucination and how do we mitigate them. And actually, EU AI Act requires that all organization which provides or using AI system should provide sufficient AI literacy training. At PwC, we have developed AI literacy training assets which can be directly used as a service or can be customized and then add to your training platform. So talk to us if you want to know more about that. And then the second step we recommend is to build an effective and efficient risk management process. And once a client from financial sector told us that they have 150 different AI ideas and use case in their backlog. And that number is continuously increasing because of all those great ideas generated from the business on a daily basis. But they have very limited capacity to manage the risks of those AI use cases, and therefore cannot really materialize all those great benefits. So the client really wants a simple and effective way to manage those risks. And PwC has developed an AI risk management tool as a SaaS solution, which is built based on the EU Act, but also provides a platform for different stakeholders to collaborate and manage AI risks. It also provides you a centralized repository and a global view of what is our AI usage in our organization and what kind of risk associate them, how do we mitigate them. And finally, a very frequent question that we received is about how do we safeguard our large language model powered applications. Well, a lot of times the main concern is that how do we make sure that the content generated by those applications are safe and also following our company's policy and standards, especially, for example, for chatbot that talks to customers. Of course, there are many ways to do that, but actually, if you're using Azure OpenAI Service or AI Foundry, you can set up your customized filtering rules to protect your applications from attack, but also detect and prevent harmful content. Of course, trust requires much more effort and time to build than those three examples. And you need both a good AI strategy and also a good team to deliver that for business reinvention. So Kim, what is your final recommendations for everyone here to start building trust and accelerate their AI innovation?
Well, I believe that a very important first step is to understand the impact of AI on your organization and on the industry as a whole. The companies most likely to thrive in the future are those who understands and take actions to reinvent their business. And there's a couple of questions that should be addressed. Do you have a clear view on how AI will impact your industry? And do you have a clear view how your organization need to change in order to capture the possibilities lying ahead? Are you moving fast enough? And are you prioritizing responsible AI to safeguard stakeholder trust? That's all from us. We hope it gave some food for thoughts, and we hope to see you later on at our booth. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much.